Hello and welcome to my unboxing of a brand new Alpha Models kit here. This one is the Bugatti Chiron Per Sport. Just got this one recently. Really like the shape of it. I like the rear spider too. So this one is number AM02. And without further ado, we'll open this bad boy up and we're going to take a look inside. So let's open up. Obviously, get your instructions, which are there. I'll look those in a minute. You have the car itself, and then you've got all the bags here, which you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little bags. I'll try and side for a minute. And then underneath here, you get your P-bars in there and window bits, sorry. And then if I can get hold of them, there's quite a bit in this one of PE in that. Of decals. You get one piece of decal there, and you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bits of carbon with this one, and then some more colourful decals there, and then a nice picture of the car itself. I've got to say, it does look nice in the black, but I'm going to do mine in the standard blue and, I think it's blue and black, so black or blue. I think it's a darker blue, lighter blue. Just like the look of that, and that is that. So that's that bit. So, and obviously your screws there. We'll start with the tyres. Yep, I'll get hold of them. So you've got 2 different size tyres. I'll get just 2 of them at the moment. In here. And there's no branding on these ones. It's just a nice standard Bugatti tyre. I do like, the best thing about this one is, if I show you, it looks like they've given you the same shaped tyre as on the picture this time. And that's what I was on about with the other one, with the Aston Martin 177. The tyre, the alloys didn't go with the picture, which is annoying. So I'm going to have to find those in 3D. But these look like the same ones. That's really nice. So you get 4 nice tyres. No branding, like I said, but they are low profiles. Looking at those. And if I can show you, they've got some really nice middle detail as well. There you go. So that's your tyres there. Put those back in there so they don't get damaged. If I can get them into that is. 4 tyres in there. You then get this one. So let's run over this one. So you get your nice stash. Not much on it at the moment. Bit needs to go in there, which I think is this piece. And I think this goes in there somehow like that. I'll not put it in yet, but that's what I reckon. So that's those 2 pieces. Put that back in there. That'll be straight one there. You've got a weird piece here, not looks like, I think that's the rear exhaust there. Nice steering wheel. Not much to it, but it does look nice. Intricate detail though, look how intricate that is. Wheel bits on the back. I'm not sure if that's got to stay like that, but you've got paddle shifters already on there. Very nice. Your lights there. Not sure what that is. Get one of those, I think. Oh, 2, yeah, one of that. And you got another weird shaped one here. And then you've got some other little bits here. It's like your gear shift on that one. Not sure what those bits are on that one. Put those back in there so they don't get damaged. That's that one. You got clear bits with a bit of 3D printing. Not many clear bits in this one, I have to say. So I can open it up. Come on. So, nice flat bit of glass there. I think that is probably the rear light bit. Seems pretty clear, to be honest. Not too bad. Yeah, it's nice and smooth. You get one of that, and then you get your lights, which are an interesting shape there. I'm not sure what these are, but they're hooked. Look at that, look how, it's hard to really show it, but that's bent, but nicely bent. Look, if I just hold it aside there, look. So that's quite nicely how that's gone around like that. You get 2 of those, put one back in there. And then you get some 3D bits. So you get these little bits, not sure exactly what they are. 8 of those. And then you get this one with your paddle shifter again and some other 3D bits. There from resin printing. Okay, that's that one. You've got your small bits in here, not really a lot to see in this one, but so leave it in there. You've got obviously a few bits in there. That one. It's interior parts here of your seats, which are in a separate bag. So show the detail on these. Look at that. Nice bit of detail. Very thin resin there. But look at that. Nice interior detail on that one. That's the bottom piece. And they fit in your seats, which are in this one. So I'll get these bits out. And then you have obviously the bottom pieces here, and then they just somehow maybe just slide in like that. So you can do them both different colours, which is really nice. And then I'll put detail on the back, nice shape. On that one, you then got interior parcel shelf bits, or the doors. 2 of those. Yeah, so that slots in there. So you do the 2 colours, I suppose, which is nice thought. Put those back in there. That one goes in there. That one goes in there. Goes in there. That one in there. I think I put these in the wrong one actually. Oh, there it is. Let's get them out. Put those back in there for now so they don't get damaged. And then, so it goes in there. And the rear spoiler part is actually one unit. So you've got the grills, and then you've got the part of the spoiler itself that's linked to it, which is different. Nice though, I have to say. I do like the look of that. So I've got to be careful of that piece. That goes in there. And then you've got the rest of the pieces in this one. So in here, you've got your brake discs, or your, brake calipers, should I say. Nice there, a set of those. And you've got the bigger version of them as well. Those are huge. Look at those. Looks like some sort of lights or something there. Obviously the lug nuts for the wheels. Not really much to talk about those, but they've got a bit of detail there, you see. And you've got, no idea what that's for. Piece there. And then you've got this bit, which I think is the engine. So you can see the engine through it. That's what I think that's for. There. And then you have your nice spoiler, which I like the little wings on it. I think that looks lovely. Very, very flimsy though, look, it just wobbles, so you have to be careful with it, but that's nice. So that is all the little bags that come in the kit. And the bit you want to see, the bugatti itself, and this is it. So, get this out. Very, very, very nice, I have to say. Not much detail on the bottom. Bit disappointed with that, but this has got some detail. I know you don't really see it, but I just like the idea of having detail on the bottom of it. Very smooth, nice lines. That's the back of it there, where obviously where that bit of the wing wiper goes, I told you about. And then I think you'll just see a bit of the engine in there. And you got the other side there. I love the shape of the Bugatti. I love this bit, how it swings round. And I think I'm going to do it dark blue, light blue. I think it's going to be really nice like that. Got the petrol fin there, you can see that just there. Nice bit of shape on the top, nice and smooth. It has got residue on it, so it'll have to always be cleaned. And then I'll turn it around that way, so you can see it nicely inside. Nice at the back, and then you've got that lovely Bugatti looking shape for the front. So if I take it out to show what you get obviously the base piece, interior tub, and then interior of that. So that is all the bits you get for the Bugatti. But I do like the look of it, and you've got vents as well. Lovely, lovely looking. So move that to one side, and next we have the carbon. And so you get some pretty nice pitch bits here for the if you want to use them for the decals. I'm not going to be using the numbers or the red pieces. I might use the bits that swing round like that and a few other bits, but these bits I won't use. Them I probably might use on the rear spoiler, but yeah, I'm not so keen on the red bits, so I won't be using any of that, to be honest. So that's that one. Put that back in there, and then you've got all the little bits. All little bits on this one. So, and then I can't really show them, but there are some clear bits on the end here. I'm not sure what they're for. It's hard to see. Look like might be bits for the doors, but you can't really see them on the screen, unfortunately. You can see there. You can see the little highlight on the light there, and then you've got some other bits there as well, which I probably won't be using. And then, like I said, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bits of carbon. A lot of carbon. It's going to take a while to do this. So you got obviously the main pieces with the roof, the rear bits, the sides, the spoilers, all that sort of thing. All looks really nice. Got to say, carbon looks nice. So you get one of that one. You get what we got here. You got another one here. It says, don't say much on it. It says brackets 4, whatever that means, but you've got more carbon there. That's nice. All the same sort of carbons. There you go, another one there. Another one, and more bits on. So you have to look all these bits up, obviously. And then you've got one here which has the rear spoiler on it and other bits, but nice. So that is all the carbon pieces. You then get your PE. There's not much PE in this one, to be honest. Not really much to show, but I'll get out anyway. So, if I get hold of it. So I'll leave those bits in there. You've got bits for the spoiler, if you want to use the gold ones. Your windows there. And then all you get, oh, you got some, I think you get some badges. There you go, got some Bugatti badges. They look nice, I have to say. I like them. Bugatti badges there. Put that back in there. Some gold PE pieces, which are your vents, which look nice. You then get all the little pieces like you normally do on that one with the seatbelt bits, buckles, more grills, PE bits, especially for the wheels. It's nice. You then get this one with the number 16, which if you want to use, you can. I'm going to be using one of these probably. And then you get the disc brakes, which look really nice actually. I think they look really nice, those disc brakes. I like this. That's nice. Yeah. Disc brakes there. And then the last one there. And that is all your PE bits. So I'll put those one side. And then you've got the instructions here. So let's just bring it out a little bit. Like that. So this is everything you got here. 3 pages here. Now, I've already gone through this kit and I had a few issues with it. Not mainly with the actual kit itself. Got to check, make sure everything's there. I've not took it all off yet. I just recently got this one a couple of days ago. All your bits there inside, obviously, mirrors and bits, and then your PE bits, 3D printed bits. And then you have this piece. Obviously the interior, no numbers on this one. Tell you which way to do it. But your interior pieces, how the seats go in there, how the rear spoiler goes onto the back piece with a bit in the middle. And then all the grills, which is really, really nice. I do like the look of that. There you go, have a look at that one. You want to pause and look. So that's that one. You then have illustration of how it can look if you want to do the red and the blue, the black. I'm not keen on that one myself. I won't be doing that. And then, a bit in a minute, you've got this one which shows you obviously all your PE part, carbon part, how every bit of carbon goes on. That's going to take a while. That's quite a bit, to be honest with you. Look at that. There's like 25 pieces probably on just this one alone. Same on the front one. Very detailed carbon bits. And then on the other side, you've got the rest of it, how it goes together, obviously. Main picture there, and then the wheels and bits there. So that's that. Now, the issue I had when I got this was this bit. Obviously, you get nice pictures again on this side. But then you get this one. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit to show you. And this one. And they both look near enough identical, side by side. And I thought, what's going on? Anyway, so I've been on my phone and looking it up and trying to figure it out. And this is how I think it comes out. Okay, so if I zoom in, this one is type A. Obviously type A for that one. But this one's a little bit different. It's got all this Chinese or Japanese writing, and I couldn't work out what it meant, all this carbon. So I've written on it just to know for myself. Obviously type C and type D, but then if I zoom in, you've got all these other bits, all these, and it doesn't tell you what they are in English. So I've gone and got them. So this is the engine covers. This is the front wheel vent holes here. You got the rear view mirror bits. You got the underbay, whatever that is, underbay wind or something, I'm not completely sure. You then got left and right seats there, which you can tell by looking at them. And then you've got the dashboard door panels, which are in this one here. So I've gone through and written those down. So at least when I come to doing the carbon, zoom out, I'll know how to put that bit together and know what I'm looking at. Because otherwise it doesn't make any sense. You wouldn't know what that is or what these bits are for. Some of you can tell by what the pictures look like, but I wouldn't know that was for the dashboard. Just looking at that, I'm just like, I just couldn't figure that out. And then you've got all these different versions of how you can have the actual carbon itself. And then you've got the wing obviously there. So I'm not sure what it means by different type A, type B, type C and type D. Looking at it, but then if you look at these bits, they're definitely different there and there. So up to you how you want to do it. That's what I've worked out anyway. So I hope you like the video and subscribe, and I will be doing a lot more. And that there is your Bugatti Sport. Like and subscribe.